Russian forces have disbanded a major Russian brigade inside Kursk, which found itself trapped along with its vehicles. Ukrainian soldiers achieved significant new successes near areas where North Korean troops are stationed. Additionally, one of Russia's grand strategies and how it has been sustaining the war was revealed. Ukraine's Azov Brigade encircled 3 large Russian groups, capturing their members and obtaining critical information. So, significant events are emerging from all directions. If you're ready, let's quickly dive into the details. The Kursk region has been highly active over the past 2 weeks. The movement of more than 500 combined North Korean and Russian soldiers surrounding the area has caused chaos. They carry out over 20 large-scale attacks daily. The involvement of North Korean units has further complicated the situation. Ukrainian intelligence shared new footage of the North Koreans in the region. A large number of North Korean soldiers were seen running between 2 forested areas, likely trying to cross to the other side quickly since they were in an open field. Ukraine typically monitors open areas in a cross-sectional manner. They can easily halt Russian units advancing through such fields, and it's likely they applied the same tactic to the North Korean soldiers. Indeed, recent reports indicate these units suffered new losses. Ukrainian intelligence uncovered that North Korea had lost a group of soldiers and was scrambling to replace them. Returning to our main topic, major incidents occurred near the Kushina area on December 16th. Special forces shared critical information. Russia attempted a new attack in this area. As mentioned, they conduct over 20 large-scale assaults daily in the surrounding region. This incident was one of them. However, this time the Russian forces couldn't escape. A Russian convoy advancing toward a village moved from open fields to a forested area. This was exactly what Ukraine wanted. The convoy transitioned from a mostly open space to a nearly enclosed area. A road runs between 2 forested regions, and the Russian convoy had to pass through this route to proceed. The infantry needed to disembark and clear the forested area. Ukrainian forces waited until the infantry approached. Once the Russian soldiers disembarked from their BTR-82 vehicles, the confrontation began. At this point, the Russian vehicles were immobilized due to their proximity to the infantry and couldn't retreat. The convoy was effectively pinned down. Ukrainian forces then began artillery strikes and anti-tank missile launches. As mentioned earlier, Ukraine had captured cross-sectional positions overlooking open areas, establishing defensive fortifications and installing anti-tank weapons. The strikes caused panic among the BTR vehicles, which started moving erratically to avoid being hit. However, they overlooked the fact that the terrain was also mined. One Russian vehicle triggered a mine, and others were disabled under successive strikes. Meanwhile, Russian soldiers who had disembarked and entered the forest were detected one by one using aerial drones. Ukraine's prolonged use of mini drones has made them experts in this field. They can pinpoint the exact positions of Russian infantry through small gaps in the trees. Shared footage often highlights this capability. Thermal sensors, or sheer expertise, allow Ukrainian forces to detect Russian soldiers in the forest. Artillery strikes are then directed at these precise coordinates, followed by the deployment of special forces. The outcome became clear through updates from Ukraine's special forces. The Russian convoy in the area was completely neutralized. The vehicles couldn't retreat, and the area was secured. With precise timing, the last remaining Russian soldiers reportedly surrendered. Overall, the incident unfolded as described. Ukraine is currently focused on the North Korean units in the area and on controlling narrow passageways. By doing so, they are managing to repel over 20 attacks daily. Next, we move further into the lower regions. A Russian deception and how they have managed to sustain the war for so long have been uncovered. The incident took place in the Tet area, which has been highly active in recent days. Members of Ukraine's elite Azov battalion are stationed here. With their extensive experience, they excel in tactical operations. Given the overwhelming number of soldiers opposing them, they are compelled to use these strategies. In the incident, a large Russian brigade was positioned in front of Tet. They have been continuously launching assaults to take control of the city. Due to the heavy losses they suffer in the process, they constantly require reinforcements. So this applies to nearly all the frontline areas. Russia's aggressive move and its haste to advance into certain regions resulted in significant losses, necessitating constant reinforcements. The Azov battalion managed to wear down the main Russian brigade. Later, it was discovered that reinforcements were on the way. These reinforcements, totaling 500 soldiers and arriving in separate groups, were ambushed en route. Following several days of clashes, the commander leading the incoming unit was neutralized. With her chain of command disrupted and supplies dwindling, a large number of Russian soldiers surrendered. Among them were elite soldiers who were captured by the Azov battalion. During on-camera interrogations conducted behind the front lines, the captured Russian soldiers revealed critical information. These units had been newly assigned to the area. They had been told they would lay mines behind the front lines and patrol certain areas before returning. However, it turned out this was a lie. They had advanced to the farthest points of the Tech region. Their convoy was intercepted by the Azov battalion near a point close to the front lines. The arriving soldiers were forced to flee and hide in forested areas. It is reported that the clashes lasted several days. Additionally, the captured soldiers stated that they had very little experience and didn't know what to do. This was the time, with the Russian Union crumbling around you, that's when you realized the best way for you to take down your foe is to start writing things down. In short, Russia is sending inexperienced soldiers to the front lines under various pretexts. By doing so, they aim to maintain a high number of active personnel. However, this approach causes them to suffer even greater losses. Currently, the situation in Tetka is ongoing. Russia is trying to advance into the city center, with tall buildings being their primary targets. They aim to occupy the upper floors to maintain control over the city center. Using these buildings, they plan to advance further throughout the city. In response, Ukraine is attempting to disrupt this tactic. By collapsing large buildings, they have demolished several apartment blocks to prevent Russia from occupying them. This strategy has seen some success and has currently halted Russian advances. Although Russia has been present in the city center for a long time, they have not made significant progress. That's the general situation for now. The ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine has provided several lessons about the resilience of nations and the complexities of modern warfare. One significant takeaway from the recent events described is the importance of strategic intelligence and adaptability in battle. Ukraine's ability to efficiently use drones, mini-drones, and artillery to neutralize Russian convoys and counterattack Russian advances showcases how critical it is to leverage technology and tactics that disrupt the enemy's plans. The success of Ukrainian forces in targeting key Russian air defense systems, such as the S-100, reveals that no military system, no matter how advanced or well established, is invulnerable. This shift in the balance of power underscores the role of innovation in modern warfare, as even smaller and less equipped forces can turn the tide when they effectively use their assets and intelligence to their advantage. Moreover, the involvement of North Korean units in the conflict further emphasizes the unpredictable nature of modern geopolitics. The alliance between Russia and North Korea, driven by mutual strategic interests, shows how alliances in conflict zones can often lead to unforeseen complications. Ukraine's ability to adapt and fight against not just Russian forces, but also North Korean troops, is a testament to their resolve and ability to pivot in an ever-changing battlefield environment. The lesson here is that alliances in warfare are fluid and can shift at any given moment, presenting both opportunities and challenges. Another key lesson is the human element of warfare, the soldiers themselves. The capture of Russian soldiers and the information they revealed about their lack of experience and the deception used to send them into the front lines speaks volumes about the realities of war. Russia's reliance on sending poorly trained and misled soldiers into battle not only wastes precious resources, but also undermines the morale of the troops themselves. This is a stark reminder that the success of any military force does not only depend on numbers or technology, but also on the quality, training, and commitment of the individuals within it. On a personal note, the events unfolding in Ukraine offer a glimpse into the harsh realities of war, both on the battlefield and within the political sphere. The willingness of Ukraine to stand firm and fight back, even when faced with overwhelming odds and significant losses, is an inspiring example of national resilience. However, it is also a stark reminder of the devastating toll that war takes on both soldiers and civilians. The loss of life, displacement of families, and destruction of cities highlight the pressing need for peaceful resolutions to conflicts. It is easy to get caught up in the geopolitical dynamics and military strategies, but we must not forget the human cost of war. As the conflict continues, it is crucial that the international community continues to support efforts toward peace, while ensuring that the sovereignty and safety of nations are respected. Ultimately, the path to peace may be long and fraught with obstacles, but the lessons learned from this conflict can help guide future actions to prevent similar tragedies around the world. You can be informed by subscribing to our channel. See ya!